Good morning, my loves. Danielle here. I am an intuitive awareness coach, a men's intimacy mentor, and a healer. And today we're talking about consciousness. And the specific topic that I have today, I'll wait for a couple of people to jump on. We'll talk about the weather. Can you tell my lips are a little bit cold? I'm got freezing little fingertips, actually. They're so cold. I have been practicing a morning routine and I am struggling, I guess. I'm choosing to be staying up a lot later rather than getting up earlier because my life has done some transitions and I'm given the ability to do that at the moment. So I'm kind of making the most of the energy that I have at nighttime, working around my schedule. And so I've been getting up and doing these beautiful morning routines, and it's made me feel so much more aligned and connected. Good morning, Catrice. If you guys are watching now, make sure you put a 1 if you're watching now, a 2 if you're watching a replay. Also, if you like seeing my videos, please comment below and interact. And if you want to see more, what you can do is you can click follow, see first on my personal or this profile, and then you won't miss any of my content. So basically these morning routines have just been such a gift to me. They've been so beautiful for aligning and connecting to my heart center, and really feeling the flow of energy every morning and coming into this creative space, which I've been really grateful for because the inspiration from my divine being and my higher self has just been, intense, lots of downloads, and that's where it comes into this topic, which is where I get a lot of people ask me how to develop their gifts, how to open their third eye, how to become more intuitive, more psychic, sorry, how to, astral project, or all of these different abilities that you can do when you start to layer off your limiting beliefs and connect with your inner knowing. And I myself personally believe that you can do a lot of different techniques and practices, and you can do it that way. And that is definitely a way to make and get better at something. Practice is always going to make you better at something. But I think personally, there's a few main things that will prevent you and block you from becoming more of a spiritual being. So, or a more in touch with your abilities. I believe that most of us have abilities, and we just unconsciously we are at the effect of them a lot of the time because we don't actually know how to use them. So that there, just being able to recognize that we are infinite beings and we have so much infinite potential within ourselves to create, and what we are capable of doing and what we're capable, and our awareness and how much of an awareness we are and how potent we are is the first step. So it's really difficult, I think, for a lot of people to even come to and comprehend and come to an allowance of that they have this infinite potential. And so that there in itself is just a block. So if you can't even recognize your power and potency with your energy and your beingness, you're gonna put a limitation there because you already have planted seeds of doubt inside of yourself. I'm so that there is one of the first steps, is recognizing and having the ability and wanting to actually go, okay, yeah, I have a huge amount of ability and I'm willing to acknowledge that. I don't know how to use it yet, but I want to learn. And putting that out to the universe. Then the other things that I find that lock people up and stop natural abilities coming through is not trusting. We go into there's wrongs and right ways of how to connect with your higher self, or there's wrongs and right ways of being spiritual or enlightened or connected to source energy or connected to universe, whatever words you want to use. And that is not my belief. My belief is that your reality will always, like, your beliefs will create your reality. So if you believe there's a wrong and right way of doing it, and you think you're wrong about the way you're doing something, then you're going to also be blocking up any abilities to coming through. So it's just having this trust, trust in, okay, I feel and I know something, and maybe I haven't got the information that is confirming that this is something. What do I know? What do I know within my heart center? Which goes on to my next major unlocking of abilities, is being heart-centered, being unconditionally loving, being in allowance of all the things, all the experiences, all the people that come to you, and just being in allowance of that, and then not being at the effect of that, and being able to unconditionally love all people and animals and the planet, despite putting a judgment on them. So that living in unconditional love and opening up your heart center, or your the word go within is just such, it's actually really poignant, because it's like when you go within, this is your energy center. This is where your being and your knowing and everything comes from. So when we think about going and raising our vibration and higher consciousness and getting things, sometimes we can receive a lot of information through these areas, chakras, or through awareness up here. But if we go and we know and we check in with ourselves, then we can't go wrong, because what you know will always be true for you. So if you can sit in this space here more, and you can start to really sit in being heart spaced, and in opening your heart chakra and just living in love, you'll find that your abilities just start to naturally, they will just unfold, and they will come, and you won't be able to stop them. If your intention is to become a more conscious person, you want to be here as a contribution to the planet, to people, to yourself, you want to create more for your life, then living in this energy here and living in a space of love in your heart is going to create so much and so quickly, more than you could even recognize. And so my advice is that you don't specifically spend time practicing different rituals or techniques that are either spiritual or metaphysical. I mean, it's always nice to learn different healing techniques, of course. There's so many beautiful things: sound healing, crystal healing, life coaching abilities. So there's all of those different things, but what you need to remember is to always go with what you know. There's no one way of doing something, and depending on what it is that you're wanting to increase, maybe it's better to just go with who you are as a being, what your natural gifts are and abilities are that haven't even been discovered yet here on planet Earth. I don't know what else is possible, right? So if you got any value out of this video, please put a heart say you loved it, and share it with anyone who you think may resonate with some of the information I've shared. Have an absolutely beautiful day, and I love you.